They have so much power over the world and over people until they don't. They can control my thoughts. They can control my spending habits. They can control my thinking. They can control what I see and how I think about it until I log off. Then they have none. Then you're free. If you want to complain that you're getting advertised to and getting tracked all the time, then get off of it. Delete it. Turn off your location settings. It really freaked me out because on my iPhone, underneath location settings, it now says tracking on or off. And I'm like, I just don't like that word. That freaks me out. Like, part of this has come from the social dilemma, but also some of it is from the political side of like them censoring different things and just that conversation of like, how much control do we have? What can we say? And like, I fully agree with like censoring fake, completely bogus stuff because I think we need pure information out there. But my concern is in any area of life, my friends, if the government wants to be more involved, I get a little worried because here's the thing. If you want the government to be more involved today, you have to understand that that's you trusting whoever's in power. And then do you want the government to be as equally involved if someone is in power that you don't agree with or that you're a little bit more scared of? Because if you give up power today, the same power is going to the next person that's getting elected and then the next person. We're not going to go back. Like when we started getting tracked after 9/11 and all that stuff started happening with the NSA and Edward Snowden and all that, we never came back. We're still there. It never changed. So much of the garbage on Facebook and other places is just bickering and fighting. And there's a study that shows that we actually pay closer attention to things we disagree with than things we actually agree with. So Facebook and Instagram and YouTube is going to show us, like if you're a Republican, they're probably going to show you more stuff, crazy stuff Democrats do. And if you're a Democrat, they're going to show you crazier stuff Republicans doing because you're paying closer attention to things that you disagree with, which hopefully means that you could learn. And I'm going to record a separate video on this, but really at this point in our country and in the world, like free thought is completely ridiculed. Like if you're a free thinker, if you're a Joe Rogan that sits there, asks a question, waits for the person to answer it, you're ridiculous. You're getting canceled because being a free thinker means that you're okay with, hey, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to research and we'll see what side I land on. No. We need you to be on a side. We need you to be on a side today. And this is my one political belief you'll ever hear on this channel. I'm not an overly political person, but here's what I do believe for sure. As long as we are divided, they will always have power. Whoever they is. As long as we all hate each other, all get mad at each other, all bicker, the people up here are always going to have power. If all these people decided one thing, these people would have to do that one thing. It can be, related to social media conversation of saying like, if all the users said, this is what we are not going to do anymore, then the companies would have to react accordingly. But the companies know the ball's in their court and they're going to do something and we're going to react. Yeah.
And I think what you said about, social media being so polarizing and that they're kind of at their algorithms feeds right into that conversation, which is, they will feed the left really radical right-hand stuff and they'll feed the right really radical left-hand stuff. So they're like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. Why would they ever do that? And then the reality is no one is really that extra. No one is really that radical. There's like maybe 7 people that are that way. And they just take those beliefs and make the right-hand side that think that all liberals are like crazy and think that, and vice versa. So
they call that rallying the base. We got an election coming up. We got to rally the base. We got to get the Democratic side. We got to get Republican side, independents. And, one thing that is actually really comforting, if you're willing to take that step, is these companies are extremely powerful. I'm all for the conversations that are happening about how do we not allow Facebook to buy up every company that's their competition because we need to have a free market. I'm all for that conversation. But here's the beauty of these monstrous companies. They have so much power over the world and over people until they don't. They can control my thoughts. They can control my spending habits. They can control my thinking. They can control what I see and how I think about it until I log off. Then they have none. Zero. And so, yes, have I struggled throughout this time? Have there been moments where I've logged back in or I've wanted to do something or I've wanted to get back on or I've watched 25 YouTube videos at midnight? Of course. We all mess up. But they have the power. They have the censorship. They have all that stuff until you log off. Then you're free. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your thoughts or questions in the comment section below and I'll reply to each one of them. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more videos on faith, creativity, and entrepreneurship.